In a world torn by war, where the sounds of gunfire and the cries of the displaced filled the air, a young girl named Mabinty Bangura was fighting battles far beyond her years. Born in Sierra Leone during the height of its brutal civil war, her life began with tragedy. Her father was killed by rebels, and shortly after, her mother died of starvation. Mabinty, only 3 years old, was left alone in a world that seemed to offer nothing but despair. Mabinty was sent to an orphanage, a place where children were often treated like numbers, their identities lost amidst the chaos of war. But even here, Mabinty stood out. She had a skin condition called vitiligo, which caused patches of her skin to lose pigment. This made her the target of ridicule and cruelty. She was labeled the Devil's Child and was ostracized even by the other orphans. Despite the harsh treatment, Mabinty held onto a tiny glimmer of hope, one that came from an unexpected source. One day, while at the orphanage, she stumbled upon a magazine. Inside its pages was a picture of a ballerina, poised and graceful, exuding an elegance Mabinty had never known. To others, it might have been just a photograph, but to her it was a symbol of a different life, a life filled with beauty, possibility, and freedom. Mabinty held onto that picture as if it were a lifeline. She would gaze at it whenever she could, imagining herself in the ballerina's place. In her heart, a dream began to take root, a dream that seemed impossible for an orphaned girl in a war-torn country. Then, a chance at a new beginning arrived. An American couple, Charles and Elaine DePrince, adopted her and brought her to the United States. They gave her a new name, Michaela DePrince. With this new identity came new opportunities, but the path ahead was far from easy. Michaela was now in a new country, far from the war, but she still faced battles of a different kind. As she pursued her dream of becoming a ballerina, she quickly realized that the world of ballet was steeped in tradition, one that didn't easily welcome someone who looked like her. Ballet was often seen as a world for the privileged, for those who fit a very specific mold, slender, pale-skinned, with a certain ideal look. Michaela, with her dark skin and muscular build, was told she didn't belong. She was rejected by ballet schools, overlooked for roles, and faced discrimination based on her appearance. But Michaela had already overcome too much to give up now. Every time someone told her she wasn't right for ballet, she worked harder. Every rejection fueled her determination to prove them wrong. She trained relentlessly, pushing her body and mind to new limits. She carried with her the same grit and resilience that had helped her survive the orphanage and the war in Sierra Leone. Michaela's persistence paid off. She earned a spot at the American Ballet Theater's prestigious Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School. From there, her career took off. She performed with major ballet companies around the world, including the Dance Theater of Harlem and the Dutch National Ballet, where she eventually became a soloist.